Tech by Tips.
Hello and welcome to another Tech by Tips video. Today's video is going to be about this video request that I have received, and this comes from Burner3764, and it says, "Hey friend, could you make a video on a container for note-taking named Joplin? Many thanks." So we're going to be addressing this video request. It is an application that you can find online, and that GitHub is laurent22/Joplin. And in here it says basically Joplin is a privacy-focused note-taking app that has sync capabilities with Windows, macOS, Linux, Android, and iOS. And it is written in TypeScript mainly and a little bit of JavaScript. And it has a lot of contributors. It's currently on release 388, so that's good, version 3.4.12. This application gets a lot of support, and that is very good. And it says here that it's a free and open source note-taking to-do application, and you can organize notes into notebooks, and you can export notes from Evernote and then import them into Joplin. So it's pretty robust. It has a lot of good features here. It's mainly, writing notes, but it's nice because you can put images and all that, tables. I don't know, it looks very, very good, especially if you install the Windows or Mac version of the app that you can use to take those notes. It's going to be a lot easier than if you're using your phone. But yeah, it is there. And here it talks about the application. It's available for Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, and iOS. Pretty good. So let's get to setting up this application. The first thing that we're going to do here, we're going to go to our NAS. We're going to create the folder structure. I've already created it, so I'm just going to explain. Where we store the container data, we're going to create a folder for Joplin, and in there another folder for the database. Currently it has nothing. And then where we store our Docker Compose files, we're going to create a folder for Joplin, and that's where our Docker Compose file is going to reside. That's all that we need to build this application. So let's get to the container manager, and then we're going to go into the project and create a new one for Joplin. We're going to look for the path that we just created here for our Docker Compose file. Then we're going to paste a Docker Compose file here. Let me get the one that I already have working. And then we're going to save this but not start it so we can see it on a bigger screen. So let's go into Joplin here, go to the YAML configuration, and it says we're defining two services. The first one is a database backend for the application, and we're going to be using Postgres 17 for this. And I'm going to name this Joplin DB. And I'm going to assign it the user 1026.100 so that it can write and read from the volume that I'm going to pass to it so that our data is secure in the NAS. And in here we're going to specify a few things. The application port, which is 22300 for Joplin. Then a password for the database, a user for the database, and a database name. Here I put Joplin on all of them, but obviously if you're going to be exposing this, you should put something there that is more complicated and not so obvious. Then we're going to map that folder that I created for the database here in the NAS to the container, and it's going to put it where Postgres stores its data so that the database is safe if the container dies for some reason. We're going to start this container unless we manually come here and stop it. And then the second container that we're going to be building is the actual Joplin application. And it's going to be using the Joplin server latest version, and it's going to be named Joplin. And we can start this when we get the database because it depends on the database. Then this application listens on port 22300, so I'm going to expose it also on the NAS on the same port. Remember, you can always change the NAS port to anything that is not being used. This is inside the container, so that doesn't usually cause problems. And then the environment variables for this container, in my case, is I'm going to run it locally. I'm going to put the http:// IP of the NAS and then that port that I specified here. But if you're going to expose it, you can put the domain that you're going to expose it with in here. Then the database client is going to use is Postgres because our database is Postgres. And in here we'll put the password, the database name, and the user for the database that we specified up here. And the Postgres port, which is the usual 5432, so I leave that as it is. And then the host is the name of the service DB that we created up here. And then again, we're going to restart the container unless we manually stop it. So here will give us 2 containers. Our data is going to be stored in the NAS safely and everything should be good. I'm going to be accessing it internally. So now we can save this and build it. In my case, I already saved it. So I'm just going to build it here. It was very fast because I already downloaded the images. So you can see it was here. So the project is running. If we come here into the database and go to the logs, it says it's working on some things. Let's wait until we see that it is ready because it is creating the database. So if we go into this folder, you will see that it's creating all that stuff. So let's give it a little bit more time because we should see something here that lets us know. Oh, here we go. Database system is ready to accept connections. So now this is ready. We can go back and check the application. We go to the logs and it says that it is working on some things, but we saw that it is connecting to the API and all that stuff. So it's working on a few nice things here. We might be able to reach the application. Let's see if we can. Let's go here into the IP of the NAS and then we're going to go into port 22300 and then that's going to take us to the login page. This is the application server that is running and the default username and password here is going to be admin at localhost. And then the password is going to be admin. That's how you log in for the first time. Here we go. We have logged in. And obviously it tells us the default password is insecure. Let's change it. So we can click here where it says change it now. And then we'll be able to change here that information. I'm not going to change it for the sake of the video. Let's go back to the home. It tells us that to use the application, we need to install one of the Joplin client applications. And if we click here, it takes us to this URL where you can automatically download for your computer here, or you can go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and look for that. In the video, I'm going to show how you connect your iOS device because that's what I have to this server. So we're going to be doing that. But you also have the executable that you can use to install the application on your computer and do it there. So now, if we validate here, it is still working on a few things, but the application is accessible. It tells us that in order to configure the application, we need to install the app on the phone. Then we go into the configurations, synchronization, and then we select Joplin server and we put the IP of the NAS with the port of the application, which is what we're using here, and then the username and the password. In my case, it's going to be the default because I have not changed it. And then here gives us a little bit of details about the account and how you can access their social media if you need any support or anything like that. If you go here into the items, then it's where you should be able to see stuff here that exists in the server. Currently there's nothing. And if we go into the admin, here is where you basically manage the server. So you can manage users here, you can create users, disable users, all of that. You can see things that the users have deleted. You see the tasks that the server runs automatically. This is for emails. Currently there's nothing here. And here you can see reports on the server. So that's basically it. There's not a lot that you can do here, but that's the admin interface. So basically that's it. You don't do anything on the browser on the computer. You have to use either the application that you install or the mobile application. So now I'm going to show you how to get this up, how to create a couple of notes in there and validate that it is synchronizing to the server because we'll see it in the application. And that's going to be it for this video. That's how you set the server in a Synology NAS, and then you connect it with an iOS application to use it. And as you can see, it synchronizes immediately when you start writing notes and all that. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Leave me comments in the comment section below, because as you can see, a lot of my videos are things that you want to see in the channel, things that you're curious about, things that you want to learn. I always try to help you out if I can in the comment section. And also, you should have noticed that there was no ad on my video. That's on purpose because I'm not monetizing the channel, but that also means that all the effort that I spend into creating all of these videos yield me zero money, zero value. So if you like the content and you want to support me, there's a link in the description below to PayPal where you can donate. There's also a Bitcoin wallet address where you can donate if you prefer to do it that way. I'm gonna leave it here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.